Hello everyone, welcome to Soji Forex. I want to use this medium to say thank you all for your support. We just hit 1,000 subscribers and I want to say congratulations to all of us who are members of this group. Thank you for making this happening. It's a good fit and we have many more to go. So in today's video we want to look at support and resistance. And support and resistance is a very fundamental part of trading that is expected of every trader to have idea about, not necessarily because you want to be trading support and resistance, but because you need an idea on the concept of support and resistance. And what we are trying to say in essence is, even if you are a smart money trader, you don't basically trade support and resistance, you need to have an idea of a support and resistance so you can be able to identify the areas of liquidity, because most of the liquidity lies in the area of support and resistance. Okay, so we have different type of support and resistance as the case may be. Remember, a trend line too is a support and it is a resistance, but today we are dealing with the horizontal support and resistance. So what do we do? When you open your chart, the first thing you need to do in order to identify support and resistance usually will be in two areas. First is the area of reaction, and then area of failure. We have points of reactions, which are zones, and as well as points of failure. And what is point of failure? Point of failure are places where the market has spiked up and then closed lower, which is a week is point of failure, because the price tend to move up. Either buyers or sellers tend to move the market up, like this we're having here. Yeah, there is an attempt to push this market up, but unfortunately they fail and the market closes here. So this week is a point of failure. So what do we do? How do we mark our support and resistance? When you open your chart like this, all you need to do is to mark your point of reaction. Okay, to get more broader view, you can squeeze your chart a little. If this is okay for you, so you can see the points. Okay, and then after that you bring it back to the normal zoom level. Okay, but remember, this particular squeeze will only help you to identify points of reaction. Okay, we won't be able to get the point of failure, but let's mark our support and resistance. Okay, you pick your horizontal line and then you place it at an area of resistance. So where is the area of resistance? Where you see from this zone, price has been going up, then price reach a particular zone and then begin to reverses back from that zone. So this zone becomes an area of resistance. And what this zone mean to you as a trader is that there is a high tendency that when price return back to this zone again, it will have some level of resistance. Price won't be able to break, price will not be able to break out of this place easily. Okay, price will come, and then you can see what happened. Price come back to that zone, couldn't break it, and then reverse. So what happened is that the level here resisted price from going up, and that is why we call it a resistant zone. At this point, you see that price reacted, it turns to the downside, so it's our point of reaction. Okay, we have another level here, so we are going to mark good. So we just marked another level here. Okay, and then here too we have another level. So looking at this place, price came all the way. So what do? You come to your higher time frame, your daily time frame, and mark out these levels, your point of reactions on your daily time frame. Okay, so where we are now, we are on our daily time frame, and what are we doing? We are marking out area of support and resistance, and what we are marking is our point of reactions, our point of what? Reactions. So we are marking point of reactions using the horizontal line. Alright, good. Now look at this recent price behavior. You can see that price moved from this zone, was able to break this previous support. When price was coming from up, here is a support. So price was able to break this previous support. And whenever price break a support and closes below it, that support ceases from being a support to a resistance. So price was coming from up here. Okay, like this one. Let's have sorry. Okay, now we are good. Now at this point, this is a resistance. Price moved from here all the way to this resistance. Price couldn't break that zone. It resisted the price. As price was coming down, there is another level of support here because price is above it, so it's a support. What it means is that if price should fall from up here, it should be able to land on this support. So this support is just like what a floor is to a building, while the resistance is like what a ceiling is to a room, right? So price landed here, but breakthrough the support, and once price break through every support, automatically it is no longer a support, it has become a resistance, because price closes below it and couldn't find its way to the upside, so the price move to the downside, come to another level of support. So ideally, price is supposed to bounce on this support and move upward, but unfortunately price break through this other support. Alright, and look at what happened. Price begin to play around it. Price try to move back to the upside, and remember we say whenever price break his support, it become a resistance. So price break this support and this support become a resistance, and then you can see that price now played around it. When try to break, got rejection, try to break, got rejection. Price couldn't break this for level of this, and then it moved to the downside. And when it came to the zone of this support, it couldn't break the support freely. The support were holding the price for a number of days and got rejected, went back to the resistance, trying to break this resistance, but unfortunately it couldn't, and then is now returning back to this particular support. So we are waiting for the new trading week to know whether price is going to break this support or is still going to hold price. That is the mystery and the concept. And whenever a resistance is being broken, it becomes a support, and when a support is being broken, it becomes a resistance. But we don't trade this in isolation. Okay, so we are not discussing how to trade it, we are discussing how to identify support and resistance. Then we move to our 4-hour time frame. So now you can see that on 1 hour, on a daily, it looks as if you are trading this concept, how will price just move from here to here, support from here to no. You move to your H4. Now you can see that the picture is becoming more and more clear. Alright, so on this our H4, remember we are driving at something. On this our H4, we are going to fine tune the levels that we have marked from our daily time frame. And how do we fine tune it? We are going to mark our point of failure. And what is point of failure? It means that at a time buyers try to move this market to the upside. Buyers try to push it up, sellers try to push it down, buyers try to push it up. Unfortunately, the sellers won, sellers push the market. So there is a failure on the part of buyers, and that is why we have a wick here. So we are going to mark our point of failure, good, which is the wick we are having up there. So why are we marking the point of failure? Remember, as a human, whenever we try a thing and we fail, we always tend to go back and retry it. Okay, and then we can fine tune this as well. Good. And then here is point of reaction. Remember, we say whenever a support is being broken, it becomes a resistance. This particular support you are seeing now, this support here was broken, so price came back, went there, it was broken and it became a resistance. Price went back, it resisted the price from going up and drag it down. So whenever a support is being broken, it becomes a resistance. And you can see that we have another support here, right? So another thing I want to take note of is support and resistance is not a line, it's a zone. So the fact that I'm using a line doesn't mean support and resistance is it a line? No. The right markup is that support and resistance is a zone. So it's a zone, it is not a line. So you don't see it as a line. It is a zone. And that is exactly how it should be. Okay? Alright. So let's continue. And then you see that price move from this level of resistance, our support which has become resistant, come to this other level of support, couldn't break it, prove its strength as a support, push the market back. The market went back to the resistance sent it back again to the support. Alright, so this is our H4. We are trying to mark our points of reactions and point of failure. You mark it point of reaction, point of failure. Then from here we'll now move to our H1. Great. You can see that this is becoming more and more clearer, isn't it? Becoming more and more clearer. So you can see how long price has been moving in this direction. So here has been a strong resistance. It has been holding price for how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally price got resisted and then hit on this support, went back to the resistance, and then price returns back. So we are basically trying to identify our areas of support and resistance. Okay, so on our H1 is where we can have entries. Okay, we can make entries on H1. So having marked your support and resistance, and knowing to where the support and resistance is a zone, it's not a line, we have marked it as it should be. Then with this mindset, how do you trade your support and resistance? That is our next question. So we will trade support and resistance based on our knowledge of candlestick. Based on our knowledge of candlestick and chart pattern. So once price return to the zone of support, the zone of your resistance, you begin to look for how to go long or how to go short. But the goal of this particular video is to enable us to identify our area of support and our area of resistance. So the assignment I want you to do is for you to open up your chart from the daily to H1, mark out your area of support and resistance. Mark out area of support, area of resistance, then your points of failure and point of reaction. Point of failure and point of reaction. So mark it out, mark the chart up. There is a Telegram link in the video, so you can go there and drop your chart markup in the Telegram group so that we can access to see whether you get it right. Were you able to get the point of failure and point of reaction? Then in the subsequent video, we'll share how we make entries following this strategy. And I believe you are getting value from this video. Please do not forget to like, to share, and subscribe. See you in the subsequent video. Drop your questions in the comment section.